Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. Our project is answering the question, is college worth it? And we're taking a financial perspective to look at how it's valued. I'm Cody.
I'm Seth.
And I'm a day. Let's dive in. We wanted to explore a question that's on a lot of high school students' minds. Is college actually worth it financially? With rising tuition and student debt, it's not as simple as college equals success. So we built a financial model to compare three different life paths after high school. Before we get into numbers, it is important to remember that everyone's life choices are different, and money is just one piece of the bigger picture.
So to keep things fair, we built a spreadsheet to track income, expenses, debt, and savings for each path from age 18 to 65. We use realistic numbers and sources to model each scenario, and we focused on total lifetime wealth in the end because this is going to give a clear picture of both how much money you end up with as well as how stable your income is over time.
So for this spreadsheet, we have to make some assumptions. These are all the numbers we end up getting. And we also mapped out where we got the information from and the endpoints, but keep things easy and fair. We had to use several parameters already to like work around. For example, high school grads start with about $46,000 a year. College grads start higher, around 77,000. We have to assume the tuition cost, the cost of living and its growth, your salary and its growth, loan interest, and then the interest for your savings account as well. These help keep the model consistent and realistic. Of course, in real life, all of these things can change, and there are a lot more factors that go into it. But using the averages help us like map out what it would be for the normal person.
Yeah, and for the high school path, if someone goes straight to work after high school, they avoid debt and start earning right away, which is a big plus. But their salaries grow slower and stays lower over time. And by retirement, they've only saved around 1.1 million, which isn't bad, but it's less than both of the college paths. One strength of choosing a high school path over a college, though, is you have an earlier financial independence, but it comes with a long-term trade-off in wealth.
And for public college, the public college path graduate starts slower. 4 years in school, you're not really making any money. You're just going to class, really earning your degree. And then, as well as you're also taking on $44,000 in student loans. But after graduating, they earn more and grow their salary a lot faster. And by age 65, they have over $3.2 million saved, which is almost triple the high school grad. So even though they do start behind, they catch up and pass the high school path fairly quickly once they enter the workforce. But this also does account for the fact that they do have to pay back their loan, which is over 20 years with a 5% interest. And so I think the strength of it is that you do make a lot more coming out and you save a lot, but you do have to get through 4 more years of schooling, which a lot of people don't really like to do, especially paying $44,000.
For the private college path, it is easily the most expensive, with your tuition and fees totaling around $173,000. It's a lot of loans that you'll need to take and then pay out. The graduate earns about the same as the public college grad, but they do take longer to financially catch up because of the immense loans. But by age 65, they also end up with about 3.2 million saved, just slightly less than public college, about like $9,000 less. Um, this path shows that private college can still work. However, the risks are much higher if things don't go as planned. That's a really high number of loans to have to pay back if your job doesn't work out.
And there's the key takeaway. Both college paths lead to more savings over a lifetime. Public college gives you the best return for the cost. Private college also works out, but only if you're able to afford the higher loans or get like a higher paying job. Meanwhile, skipping college entirely means having much less in savings by the time you retire. And as you can see, the total wealth at 65 for high school graduates are 1,217,690 dollars. While as the public school and private school graduates are both 3.2 million. with the public school being $9,000 more because you pay less in student loans.
This graph visually represents the amount of money that you would have in your bank account over time. This is, of course, your salary, the minus your cost of living and the loan repayments. Um, as you see, the high school grad is the only one that starts off earning it first, but it doesn't end up making very much money in the end. And the savings of not having to take out such large loans help public college to eventually overlap the private college at the end.
So, of course, our model isn't perfect. We didn't include taxes, job changes, or emergencies, and everyone's career path is different. Not all college majors pay the same. In the future, adding more real world factors like unexpected medical costs, unexpected bills, layoffs, or major relocations would make the model even stronger. We also didn't factor in the fact that some people either don't go to college and do something else and make a lot more money starting off, or the fact that you do go to college and end up not using your degree, and take on another job career, make a lot of money. So it's kind of like going to college was pretty pointless at that point. But there is other streams of income, such as like social media, which is very popular in this day and age, where you don't really have to go to college for that, and you can really just pursue your passion.
So, is college worth it from a financial standpoint? Absolutely, especially if you go to a public university and don't have to take on huge debt. But nothing about these are guaranteed. What you study, how much you borrow, what career you pursue, your major, all of those can make really big changes in your income and your debt levels. Um, you know, at the end of the day, your personal goals, career happiness, and lifestyle choices all matter too, not just a paycheck. Thanks for listening. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
This all the time.